they bring her up yet?
They're still down below. They'll be questioning you, Allison, but you don't have to answer now. I'll take you home. Allison?
Dr. Rossi. Poor Dr. Rossi. Should have seen his eyes. Anne was to meet him here. For a second when he came in, he thought I was in. For that second, I wished I had been her lying down there on the rocks. I would have done anything to bring her back to him.
Well, if you'd have just asked one more of those inane questions. I mean, what the devil's the matter with him anyway?
Easy,
well, he's
buddy.
supposed to be the police physician. He's supposed to have some kind of a medical background. I don't think a first-year med student would be that dense.
He's only trying to do his job, Mike. Listen, supposing I fix a drink for the two of us.
Charlie?
Yeah.
Take this down. We need a full crew here tomorrow. Over the whole area. Look for blood stains, the whole works. Call it from Dr. Rossi's house. Yeah, that house right on top of the bluff, about 20 feet away from the edge. Listen.
Did she
Let me tell you what.
lie there long?
Death was instantaneous.
We did as much as we could down at the
We should be thinking about getting Allison home.
We need a real operator the first thing tomorrow.
I'll be along in just a minute. I found one of Allison's shoes in the purse down below, on the chair behind you.
Yeah. Better call for room. Get right on it. Okay? Right. Dr. Rossi, the line is free now.
Maury, give him a hand, will you?
Right.
Dr. Rossi, I wonder if you'd look over this report. Tell us if we've got the facts straight so far. What do you suppose makes them do it, Doc? This gal, the one at Talmadge Point a couple of years back. Oh, thanks. I guess they get so down in the dumps they can't cut it, huh? Fear they got nothing to look forward to, so...
What are you talking about?
Excuse me?
You know, people expect the police to be a little more objective. They expect the police to at least make some stab at collecting some facts before they come to a conclusion.
Oh, well, it's a question of statistics, Dr. Rossi. In 9/10 of these
Well, it
cases...
just so happens that Ann Howard was not a statistic. Ann Howard was a human being. She was She was as incapable of taking her own life as you seem to be of conducting an intelligent investigation.
Sergeant, Miss Howard was a very close friend of Dr. Rossi's.
I'm sorry. Well, maybe you could shed some light on the background of this thing.
Maybe I can.
We'll call you in the morning, Doctor.
Now, Allison, if we can talk a minute.
You were the one who found Miss Howard, weren't you?
Sergeant, can't these questions wait? My daughter's been through quite a shock.
Well, of course, she's entitled to wait until she has counsel, but frankly, it would be helpful if we could establish one or two facts now, Mr. Carson.
Yes, I found her.
About what time was that?
About an hour ago.
And did you phone the police right away?
No, I called my father.
I phoned the police, and then I telephoned Doctor's Hospital for an ambulance.
I see. Did you alter anything down on the beach, Allison?
What do you mean?
Well, change the position of the body, the way she was lying.
Are these questions necessary now, Sergeant?
I'm afraid they are, Mrs. Carson.
No, I didn't touch anything.
Thank you, Allison.
Now, Sergeant, is there any reason to keep my family here any longer?
No, they can go. Of course, we're going to have to ask Allison some further questions tomorrow.
Well, whenever you need her, just let me know. All right, sir.
Dr. Rossi? Dr. Rossi?
Chris!
Alice?
Yes, Chris. you're sopping wet. I'll get some hot coffee.
We found him on the beach about a half a mile from here.
You're Christopher Weber, aren't you, son?
That's right.
I'm Police Sergeant Goddard.
What's going on? It's Ann, isn't it? Something happened to Ann.
Lou, did you mention Miss Howard on the way up here?
No, I didn't. I just said there'd been an accident.
It's true, isn't it? It's Ann.
I'm afraid it is. She fell from the bluff. She's dead.
Oh, God, no.
Sit down, Chris.
You're acquainted with Miss Howard?
Yes.
Close friend?
No, not really.
But you were pretty sure what happened to her. How come you were down on the beach, Christopher?
You don't have to answer that now, Chris.
I know my rights, Mr. Carson. I'm a law student, remember? I went for a walk along the beach this afternoon. I like to walk in the afternoon, late afternoon. It's quieter. And I like to walk down here because I know my way around here better than anywhere else. I used to play here before my accident. I happen to have a lot of things on my mind today. I guess I didn't realize how late it was getting because the ocean must have been creeping up on me for hours. All of a sudden, the rock I was standing on was submerged and I was up to my knees in water. Finally, I managed to climb up the rocks to one of the old Stuyvesant caves. I waited there till the tide went out. That's the story.
It's quite an adventure.
You don't believe me, do you, Sergeant?
He's telling the truth. We've walked along there lots of times. He knows every rock. He knows that beach better than I do. Here's your coffee, Chris.
Chris.
Yes. Dr. Rossi?
Yes. Those caves are a couple of miles down the beach. They're between here and town. Now, why did you come back this way, towards the bluff? When the tide went out, you could have gone up Stuyvesant's trail and been about 6 blocks from where you live.
I don't know exactly. Stuyvesant's trail's pretty steep. I'd lost my cane. I didn't think I could make it up that way without it.
Chris, listen, this is important, all of us. Was that the only reason you came back this way?
I'm telling you the truth.
Look, Mike, listen. You saw his face when he heard what happened. He's scared. He knows something.
We better continue this down to headquarters. You have a brother living here, don't you, Christopher?
Yes, but I don't want to bother him.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to know where you are.
Look, Sergeant, I may be blind, but I'm not helpless. I don't have to sign in.
I didn't mean that, son. This is a serious matter. There's quite a few things we have to look into.
Then I'll get a lawyer, but leave my brother out of this.
Sergeant, would it be all right if I take Chris down to the station myself? I might be able to help speed things up a little bit.
All right. Come on, Chris.
You don't have to bother Mr. Carson. I'll be just fine.
No bother at all, Chris. I have to follow the whole thing through anyway for the clerk.
I'm coming too. Allison.
It'll be all right, Connie. Shouldn't take too long. I'll bring her back home as soon as Chris is released. Get Mike out of here.
Would you mind driving me home, Mike, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Why don't you take a room at the inn? Just for tonight. Mike?
You know where I first saw her?
At the hospital.
It was here. This is the first place she came when she got back to Peyton Place. I had these eggs, and, well, anyway, I got a glimpse of her. She went by, and so I went outside to see her. She was up on top there. saw me, she ran away. Well, she was always running away. She was so frightened of everything. So much of what she thought of herself was what somebody else told her to think. And then, little by little, she stopped being afraid, and little by little, she started to get a sense of her own value, you know. And she didn't have to prove anything anymore, not even to herself. I suppose for the first time in her life, she didn't have to face those shadows. Each day was new and fresh. She didn't have to face all those old nightmares. And now... Now
Let's go, Mike, please.
I asked her to marry me, Connie.
Mike.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it would have worked. I mean, I'm positive it was what we both wanted, you know.
I'm sure it would have worked out.
She was... We used to come in here and sit with each other and just look, and then suddenly burst out with laughter, you know. It was... Just from the sheer joy of being together. I know, it was a silly kind of... I've seen death before, Connie. Patients that we thought would have been home and safe, free. At least they had some kind of a life, some moment of love, and she didn't. I swear, if it takes me forever, I'll find out who robbed her from it. I swear. I swear it, Connie.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Allison, it's over.
No, it isn't over.
Believe me, Mr. Carson, I know the difference between love and what Allison's offering.
What is Allison offering?
A crutch and a handkerchief.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
All right, tell me the truth.
There's a lot of difference between pushing somebody around and killing them.
This is the continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington,